I already signed. My first contract is signed for a immediate rematch in the case of a draw or if I win. So I'm already contractually signed to a rematch. It's on him. I hope we can get it done because I want to show the world again that that wasn't a fluke.
In a shocking twist that nobody saw coming, Lamont Roach has officially joined Mayweather Promotions, and this news is shaking up the entire boxing world. After stunning the undefeated Gervonta Tank Davis and nearly handing him his first real loss in a fight that ended in a highly controversial draw, Roach has now linked up with none other than Floyd "Money" Mayweather, Tank's former mentor and now biggest rival. This move isn't just about business, it's a direct shot at Gervonta, and fans are going wild over what this means for boxing's future. So let's break it all down. How did we get here? Why did Lamont Roach, fresh off the fight of his life, decide to jump into Floyd's camp? And what does this mean for Tank Davis, who now looks more vulnerable than ever? First off, let's take a second to appreciate what Lamont Roach just did to Tank Davis. Going into their fight, almost nobody gave Roach a real shot.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, you know, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch.
Tank was the heavy favorite, the undefeated knockout artist, the face of boxing, right? But Lamont Roach clearly didn't read that script.
And again, wow, okay. I thought he had hurt his hand. Did he not take the mouthpiece to come out?
That's right.
Oh, here comes Davis. Davis exploding. And Roach meeting fire with fire.
Roach eating some big shots and coming right back.
A minute and a half left in what has been an eventful ninth. We thought Davis might have gone down for the first time in his career. Instead, he exploded, and Roach took the shots and fired back some of his own.
Roach has to be careful. Tank loading up big here.
Tank unloading lefts and rights. Roach doing a pretty good job of deflecting some of these shots. Short left hand from Roach. Counter right hand lands by the challenger.
This arena is on their feet right now.
Final minute of the ninth. Lead right hook, left hand from Davis.
Never expected Roach to be taking these shots and countering it.
From the opening bell, Roach brought the fight to Tank like no one has done before, outlanding him, controlling the pace, and even making Tank take a knee in round 9, a moment that sparked massive controversy when the referee refused to call it a knockdown.
Honestly, that's how I train. I feel like one of my strong points is exchanging in the pocket. I have a very good eye, very good defense. I'm able to counter and return shots, and I think that's what I did very well. And honestly, I landed some of the bigger shots, too.
That moment alone should have sealed the win for Roach. A clean jab landed, Tank takes a knee, but somehow the ref waves it off like it never happened.
Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leaned with right.
He took a knee.
He took a knee. What is he doing?
He forgot his... It's got to be a knock.
What in the world is happening?
Took a knee. He's got to count.
I understand. If you take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown. All right? Back up. Back up.
And when the scorecards were read and the fight was called a draw, let's just say fans, pros, and legends alike were stunned. But what came after that fight might be an even bigger storyline than the fight itself. Lamont Roach signing with Mayweather Promotions. And if you know the history between Floyd and Tank, you know this is deeper than boxing. See, Floyd and Tank have been going at it for years now. They started out as mentor and protege, with Floyd guiding Tank from a rough upbringing all the way to becoming a superstar. But as Tank's fame grew, so did his ego, and the two had a nasty public fallout. Since then, Floyd's been waiting, watching, for Tank to slip up. And now, with this controversial draw, Floyd finally has his opening to strike. By signing Roach, Floyd isn't just adding a talented fighter to his roster, he's sending a message to Tank. Floyd is basically saying, if you don't want to be under my wing, fine, but I'll take the guy who just gave you the toughest night of your career and make him a star. It's the ultimate power move, and it sets up so many crazy possibilities for the future. But let's be real. This move also makes a lot of sense for Roach. After showing the world that he can hang with one of the best lightweights in the game, Roach needs a promoter that's going to give him the shine and opportunities he deserves.
He never been in the ring with a guy like me, with my demeanor, with my skill set, with my ability to punch with a guy. I don't even know if he's been, because I know he's been in there with punchers that technically punch harder, or from what we saw.
He leave him alone. He
Exactly.
never been in with a guy who he hits and he leaves him alone.
Exactly.
And he doesn't leave him alone.
And who better than Floyd Mayweather, a man who knows how to turn fighters into household names. Let's not forget, Roach has always been talented, but this fight against Tank took his career to another level. He proved he's not just a B-side opponent. He's a legitimate top dog in the lightweight division.
I feel like when my back is against the wall or against the ropes, it's like, it's time to show up. So it wasn't really hard for me to focus because all I had to do was do what I normally do. And I know that that was going to surprise or shock or shut everybody up.
And now, with Floyd backing him, Roach has the resources, training, and exposure to demand the biggest fights possible. Also, let's talk about the rematch potential. With Roach now under Mayweather Promotions, you know Floyd is going to push hard for a rematch with Tank, especially given how controversial that first fight was.
I'm not sure, bro. I'm definitely not sure. But hopefully we could get it before... Nah, it probably won't be this year.
Is that the one you want next?
Yeah, it's definitely the one I want next, but it's not gonna be next. You might see it in a minute.
And this time, you better believe Floyd will be ringside, pulling every string to make sure Roach gets a fair shake. Fans are already calling for the rematch. Social media is on fire. And if these two run it back, it's going to be even bigger, even more personal.
How do you assess his power after being in there for 12?
He got decent power. He got decent power for sure. I ain't gonna say it's exaggerated. I told you I got a chin. I ain't going like that. It's just not gonna happen. But like I said, I see why he knocked people out, and I think he felt my power too. Like I think that's what negated a lot of his shots. And once I took his best shot, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to roll. Like I said, I knew I had a chin. I mean, I spar guys that were like junior middleweights, like current champions that was at that weight. So I know I can take a punch. He's twitchy in there. Like I do see why he knocked people out. I mean, like being up close and personal. Obviously, I seen it on the TV like that, but I understand why he knocked people out. I'm not gonna tell y'all because y'all gonna tell him.
Now, what does this mean for Tank Davis? Honestly, it puts him in a very weird spot. On one hand, he walked away from Roach without a loss on paper, so he still has that undefeated record. But on the other hand, the whole world saw him struggle, and now the guy who gave him that work is being groomed by his ex-mentor. That's gotta sting.
I could have stopped him. It's me. It's me. Definitely my fault. It's all right. You know what I mean? You live and you learn. I I definitely could have. That was on me too. That was on me for sure. Cause I ain't pick it up when I supposed to pick it up, and I could have definitely did more. Definitely did more. Just a lot going on. But again, it was myself, you know. But you gotta go to the gym and, you know, get back to the drawing board and, you know, train a little harder.
For Tank, this isn't just about bouncing back from a tough fight. It's about protecting his reputation.
Tank Davis.
Bad dude. See, what I like about Tank is Tank brings something different. You know, back in the days, everybody had something. Muhammad Ali was a mover boxer, George was a puncher, Ernest Shaver was a puncher. Everybody had something they brought to the table. Larry Holmes had a jab. Mike Weaver had overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had something. That division now is full, and Tank having to be the knockout guy of the division. He the one with the main knockout power. Garcia has it too, but Tank got that real knockout power that, like, if Tank hit one of them clean, usually they gonna have a problem. So it's like, I like Tank. Every now and then, I think when he knows he can beat somebody, he probably don't lock in as hard, but I think when they bring challenges, he locks in.
Yeah, he fights to the level of his competition. He was doing that a lot.
And he gotta be careful of that.
2 fights ago, he was really doing that.
You feel me? So you gotta be careful of that, because if you come in and think somebody is not at your level and you underestimate them,
For years, he's been seen as the boogeyman of the lightweight division, knocking everybody out, walking through the competition. But Lamont Roach just exposed some cracks in that armor. And now, Floyd is highlighting them even more by taking Roach under his wing.
Lamont, you've now shown the world the formula to how to beat Tank Davis.
Maybe not. I mean, I'm me. You know, I don't think a lot of guys possess the same skills that I have. If they go in there and try to fight like me, they might not succeed. I don't want to say that's the blueprint. I just think that, you know, that my plan unfolded the right way.
Another layer to this is that Floyd now holds serious leverage in the lightweight division. With Roach in his camp, Floyd can set up fights that Tank might not want and control the narrative. So what's next for Roach? Well, with Mayweather Promotions behind him, the sky's the limit.
I can be in there, and I knew that I can do better than him to win rounds, win exchanges, because he fights in spurts.
Also, let's not ignore how much respect Roach is getting from fellow fighters. Guys like Ryan Garcia, Shakur Stevenson, and Isaac Cruz have all come out publicly saying Roach deserved that win. And now that he's rolling with Floyd, you know he's going to be moving like a champion. It's also a smart business move. Floyd knows how to build fighters. He turned Tank into a star, and now, with Roach, he's gonna do the same thing, maybe even bigger, especially since there's a real storyline behind Roach's rise now. Everyone loves an underdog story, and Roach is that guy who almost shocked the world and might do it again if the rematch happens.
Clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And you know, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
And let's not forget, Floyd loves nothing more than proving a point, especially when it comes to Tank. By elevating Roach, Floyd is basically saying, I made Tank, and now I'll make the guy who nearly beat him even bigger. This also shakes up the entire lightweight division, because now, fighters are going to see Roach as a serious threat. No more easy fights? Roach is now a problem for anybody. And if a rematch with Tank does get set up, you can guarantee that it's going to sell like crazy, especially with all the controversy around the first fight. and now Roach rolling with Mayweather.
But then when they say 114, as soon as he fed 114, I just shut down. I was like, man. It really took something out of me, because without the knockdown or without the taking a point from running to the corner or whatever the case may be, I thought I won.
So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.